I, Olivia, 32, have been married to Roger, 34, for 3 years. When I met Roger, one of the things that drew me to him was how involved he was with his daughter Jasmine, who is 12. It was clear he was a loving and dedicated father, and that made me excited about the prospect of having our own family one day. I've always wanted to be a mom, and seeing him care so much for Jasmine felt like a glimpse into our future. Roger has joint custody, so Jasmine stays with us every other week. At first, things were fine. She was a little reserved, but I expected that since I was the new person in her dad's life. But over time, Jasmine's behavior towards me changed. She started pulling pranks. At first, they were mostly harmless, and while annoying, I brushed them off because, well, she's 12, and I figured she was just testing boundaries. Jasmine once filled a cup with water and placed it strategically on my desk where I do all my work. She waited until I was on a Zoom meeting with my boss, then bumped the desk, knocking the cup over. I panicked, thinking it was coffee or something damaging, only to realize it was just water. Jasmine found it hilarious, but I was left flustered and embarrassed in front of my colleagues. Another time, Jasmine set multiple alarms on my phone while I was in the shower, timing them to go off during my meetings. They were set with blaring ringtones, and I couldn't figure out how to turn them off quickly. I had to apologize profusely during a client presentation because of the constant interruptions. Jasmine thought it was funny. I did not. Jasmine covered my entire work setup with sticky notes. My computer, my keyboard, my monitor, everything. I laughed it off at first because it wasn't harmful, but it was incredibly time-consuming to clean up when I had tight deadlines. Again, she found it hilarious. I tried talking to Roger about it multiple times, explaining that while I get she's just a kid, it was becoming disruptive to my work and making me anxious every time she stayed with us. Roger always brushed it off as normal 12-year-old rebellion and insisted that she'd grow out of it. Then things escalated and the pranks turned from annoying to downright harmful. Jasmine mixed laxatives into my morning smoothie. I didn't know until it was too late, and I ended up getting violently sick right before an important meeting. I was so embarrassed, and it took a toll on my work performance that day. When I confronted Roger, he just told Jasmine not to do it again, but there were no real consequences. During one of her stays, Jasmine got onto my laptop when I stepped away and deleted a project I had been working on for weeks. I lost hours of work and missed a deadline because of it. Roger insisted she was just playing around and didn't mean any harm, but I was devastated and furious. My job is our main source of income, and this was not something I could just laugh off. I had to have a private call with my doctor, so I went outside to get that privacy. When the call was over, I found that Jasmine had locked me out of the house while I was taking the phone call outside. I was stuck on the porch for over an hour until Roger came home because Jasmine refused to let me in. She even sat inside, watching TV and laughing, ignoring my knocks. I was humiliated, standing outside in the cold, trying to conduct business from my phone with clients, wondering why I was out of breath and shivering. That was the last straw for me. I packed a bag and left that evening. I've been staying with a friend while I figure out my next steps. I feel heartbroken because I love Roger, but I can't handle the constant disrespect and the fact that he won't stand up to his daughter. I tried everything, talking to Jasmine directly, suggesting family therapy, and setting clear boundaries. But Roger kept dismissing her actions as normal kid stuff, and nothing ever changed. Now I'm seriously considering a divorce, and Roger is calling me dramatic and saying I'm overreacting. He insists Jasmine will eventually calm down, but I've lost my patience. I've been disrespected in my own home, my work has suffered, and my mental health is in shambles. I feel guilty for leaving because I know this will hurt Roger, but I can't live like this anymore. So, am I the asshole for wanting to divorce my husband because of his daughter's pranks and his refusal to put an end to them?